When it comes to Breath of the Wild any percent, for such a big game, there's only so much that you can do in terms of speedrun routing for this particular category. All there is Great Plateau, picking up items in Hyrule Castle, and then the boss rush. But recently, there has been a huge development in the Breath of the Wild any percent route that has been saving runners huge amounts of time in a speedrun, with Ryzen runs even being able to break the 26-minute barrier with a 25:58. The main route change is in the castle section of the run, where we collect many different weapons and items to help us in the fights against the 4 Blights and Calamity Ganon. If we don't have a decent number of weapons and some level 3 attack up food, we just wouldn't stand a chance. So what happens in the new route? Well, first we go towards the guard's chamber, where we used to go to the dining hall. Usually, there's a gate in front here that blocks us from entering. However, when you BTB to castle, you get there so fast that the game hasn't even had enough time for it to load, so we can just walk straight in. Once we're in, we glide over behind this moblin and grab the Royal Claymore at the statue, then sneak strike him, and one of the huge differences in this route is grabbing the Royal Guard's Claymore, which has massive damage. Then, we run up these stairs into this hallway, and the second huge change is to grab 3 ancient arrows from this chest, which will be extremely useful later. We continue to run up these stairs, distract this Lizalfos with a bomb, then sneak strike him for a boomerang. We then cook some attack up food using some fish and other ingredients that we got earlier on, and then at this point the route starts to get even more crazy. We actually then go up to this sort of carving into the wall, wedge Link into the corner and face a certain angle, and then we perform a scope clip to enter the outer bounds area of Hyrule Castle. Not much is actually known of why this scope clip happens, but the assumption is that it's due to a slight pivot in Link's collision around a certain point, which is just enough for the collision box to be outside of the wall, making the game think that Link should be pushed out of it, and therefore allowing us to clip out of bounds. Once in out of bounds, we then have to perform a mid-air wind bomb to land on this hallway over here. If you mess up this mid-air wind bomb, it can essentially be a dead run, because once you fall too far, it gets very difficult to get back up, so it's really important to get it right. After landing up here, we do another wind bomb to a spot that allows us to clip back in bounds, which also happens to bring us to this moblin that we can sneak strike to grab an edge of duality. There's also a really handy Royal Guard's bow behind him, and a few arrows. Finally, we come up here, do one more wind bomb up to Sanctum, and then start the Blight fights. You may have noticed that there's an enormous lack of arrows in this route. By the time you enter Blights, you're only going to have 6 normal arrows and 3 ancient arrows. Well, having more arrows than this actually isn't needed. Blights only requires 5 normal arrows to be completed, with at least 4 shots on Water Blight, and a bonus shot is slightly faster, and 1 shot on Thunder Blight. When we enter the Calamity fight, there's actually 10 bomb arrows on the side of the room that we can grab to use during the fight. But this also makes the Calamity Ganon fight a lot harder, so it has to go exactly like this. It starts with Flurry Rush hits with the boomerang. Then, we would immediately run away and grab the 10 bomb arrows on the side of the room. We then headshot Ganon with bomb arrows until he pulls out his laser. Then, you have to parry the laser, run towards him, and spin attack with the Royal Guard's Claymore. Then, we'd throw the Royal Guard's Claymore and headshot him with all 3 of the ancient arrows. This is actually fairly easy to do, because when you shoot Ganon with ancient arrows, he gets stunned, so you don't have to worry about him moving around while you're trying to get headshots. After that, you continue to headshot Ganon with bomb arrows until the second phase. Second phase Ganon is the same as it used to be, but I'll tell you about it anyway. We actually initiate a stun lock on Calamity, meaning we can repeatedly hit him and stun him over and over. To do this, we have to parry his laser, then start a spin attack and slam down at a specific time which will cause Ganon to be stunned. We then just repeat this until he's dead. So that's the new route. There is an alternative version that doesn't include any out of bounds movement, where instead of clipping out, we run through this hallway, glide through this malice, and grab another 3 ancient arrows, meaning you have 6 ancient arrows for Calamity. Then, you run out, up these stairs, and wind bomb up to Zelda's room, and just continue the route from there. This route has been a really incredible change in any percent. Not only has it removed a lot of RNG from the run, since it doesn't need a bunch of good arrows from crates, but it's even a lot faster than the old route, which is amazing. If you enjoyed watching this video, I'd really appreciate it if you just like the video, maybe share it with people who think would find it interesting, or subscribe if you want to see more videos. I haven't really done like an essay video type thing like this before, so I would really appreciate you guys supporting me on my YouTube stuff. And if you haven't already followed me on Twitch, it's where I usually do a bunch of speedruns and stuff, so please do follow me there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.